Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to my review of the Insta360 ONE RS 1-inch 360 edition. If you want the key conclusion, it's great. Don't hesitate to buy one if you can afford it and have need for one. This review is not going to be about the specs or relative performance to other Insta360 or indeed other 360 cameras. This is my first 360 degree camera, and you can easily view the website for specs and watch other excellent channels for those videos here on YouTube. Also, it's not a sponsored video. I paid my own UK pounds for this, which means it is very expensive and double the price of the Insta360 ONE X2, which I did consider. With technology, if I am able to afford to buy a newer, more advanced version and it makes sense, then I will do so, even if it's more expensive. Hopefully it has some more longevity. Technology can move so fast, and the ONE X2 is over a year old. That's a lifetime in tech, and this new camera has much higher sensor. Aside from the age of the tech, I really didn't need a super action 360 camera, and there is no chance I'm going to go skydiving or other more extreme sports. So the action type 360 camera was not needed for me. Therefore, better to go for the higher quality sensor in this new camera, even if it is less waterproof and perhaps not as robust or designed as robustly as the ONE X2. All I wanted was the current best 360 camera for an upcoming holiday to Norway, and the Insta360 ONE RS 1-inch 360 edition seemed to be the right buy. That is such a long-winded name for a camera. Insta360 really should have called it the Insta360 Big, or something easier to say. This review, I'm just going to talk about my first couple of weeks with the camera, and in reality, I'm just getting started. So here you see some of the footage that I've captured in the last 2 weeks. I've mostly left things on automatic for now. As with any new technology, it takes time to learn about the best ways of how it works and how to make it work for you in whatever you need to do. This is the John Rylands Library in Manchester. It's a very Harry Potter-like library, and the camera performed very well in what was really rather dark conditions, all again on automatic settings. I'm sure I could have made the footage better by doing some tweaking of exposure, ISO, etc. But remember, I'm still getting used to it, and this was the second day of actually owning the camera. Here I'm walking and the footage is very stable. Also, being able to reframe your footage enables these kind of walking along shots, and you suddenly move up to a vertical view to show something interesting. The whole possibilities of being able to look around you makes editing longer than any other traditional footage where you only see what's in front of the camera. To do the movement of the view of the camera, I use the Insta360 app on a Mac, and it works really well. Define the keyframes and away you go. You just move the camera viewpoint around, set the viewport of the lens, and off you go. It's fantastic. As a tip, don't be too rapid with your movements in editing. Do it with emphasis on what you want to achieve in the look. I'm still learning how to do this without making people dizzy. Here you see some speeded up footage with motion blur. This is done in the Insta360 app, but you can also do this on the phone app on Android or iOS. It helps you move from one location to another quickly, and it's great if you time it with music. You can get some really good effects. I have been experimenting. Here again I've used the reframing ability of editing to show the old bridge, and notice how two birds fly to the wire at the top. Had I been using a normal camera, I would have not have seen that. But with a 360 you can reframe anywhere within the scene and capture that unexpected moment. You see the same here with the tram passing through St. Peter's Square as I walk through the covered walkway. I didn't notice the tram as I was walking along, but during editing I took a look around and moved the position. This longer scene really starts to show the power of being able to reframe in a dynamic way. It really helped me not to get any people in the shot, which was my aim when I was actually taking this footage of a tour of this newly opened garden in an old Victorian railway viaduct. This final footage is pushing the camera through the foliage of the plants and really getting in somewhere where it would be difficult to do anything like this with a normal camera. It almost feels like a drone, as if you're a little fly buzzing through the plants. My editing probably leaves something to be desired, but hopefully I'll get better in time and you get the point in terms of what I'm trying to demonstrate here. So what have I not got around to yet? Well, I've not started experimenting in any great detail with time-lapse, and that's something I really want to do when I take a trip to Norway to capture the amazing landscapes. So to conclude, this is a great 360 degree camera. Maybe I'd be saying that if I got the One X2, the One RS, the One X1, or any of the other 360 degree cameras out there. After all, it is my first 360 degree camera, so I'm going to be impressed by it because it provides so many possibilities. They're so good to play with, and when you get into the footage, you can start to see different scenes in the same bit of recording. You may have noticed it in my Castlefield Viaduct video. I've used the same scene multiple times looking at different angles because there was so much to see there as I was walking along. It's really good to be able to get that different viewpoint. So I would not hesitate to buy this again, which is always a good sign. I'm treating the camera with care as there are no lens covers available yet from Insta360, and I hope these come soon, as I hate to damage it so soon after purchase. If you have a need for a good 360 degree camera and the money available to spend, then do not hesitate. Go and order one today. It is really good. I'm not a professional, as I'm sure you can tell from the videos. For me, it's just a fun passion of mine to take photographs and video, and I'm still learning, which is the point. I am really looking forward to capturing some interesting scenes on holiday and sharing some of the videos and photographs that I take from Norway. Any tips, thoughts, welcome in the comments, and it's goodbye from me. Thank you.